started thinking like the colonists to know the true Ali. Started dropping it. The problem is we started thinking like the colonists to know the true Ali. Started dropping.
There's no such thing that you come to me, super duper God Taji guy, and I got some package to sell you that functions with execution of the function of your birthright. No, it's constitutions for that. All documents are in support of the enforcement of our Constitution. And anyone that deals with documents from government, etc., that doesn't recognize that or pretends they don't recognize that is a liar and a thief, because they're already obligated to it. If you understand conceptually what that really represents, back to the nationality card, your concept of mind makes that card operable, not the card. If you don't understand that conceptually, that card in any document you get is only a document of stuff, man, this is deep. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make them do, yeah, yeah, it just means nothing. You go out there and then all they need to do is challenge you on the nature of that brief, and they'll quickly understand that you don't understand it. You went to 7-Eleven, copied it, and somebody sold this thing to you, and you're under the concept that inalienable rights can be sold to you in a package, which immediately shows that you have no concept nor respect for governmental principles. At that time, it's rejected. And you'll say, oh man, that failed. I gotta go buy another paper. And you get caught up in that paper chase. When the real deal is, if you understand what that really means in its concept, that's all the documents. All the documents peripheral to this are only supportive. They're supportive of the activation of this. This is passive, isn't it? And it's a statement that's on here, right? Passive. Put it in the abstract and then regurgitate it, then it lives. If you can't, your concepts are wrong and you don't understand it. And not that you shouldn't have it, but you should have it because it belongs to you. But whoever gave it to you didn't tell you the truth.
I have every job I've been on since I've been nationalized. Since 1993. I have a Moorish nationality identification card identifying myself as a Moor. So not only, yes. So not only am I claiming that verbally, I've done it politically. I've sent paperwork to the banks, the schools that I went to, and so forth. When I talk to those who claim to be Hebrew Israelites, and I ask them, have they done the same? And they say no. Well, if you believe you're Hebrew and you're teaching people that we're all Hebrew, well then where's your nationality card? You do work. So have you clarified your legal status at your job? Because you classified as black at your job. Even if you didn't fill it, even if you didn't check it off, their paperwork that I find will be in my book, chapter 2 of my book, that the employer is instructed to, if it's left blank, to fill it out based on observation. So they will fill that out. You must clarify your legal status. The hospital, wherever you are. So have you clarified, speaking to those who claim to be Hebrew Israelites, have they clarified their legal status on the record? Or are they just saying that they're Hebrew Israelites, but there's no political action on it? They're just standing on the streets. They're just standing on the street and saying we're all Hebrew Israelites. But there has to be some political action because they're classified as Negro, Colored, Black in the United States Census Bureau. So my question is, have they clarified that classification that they're not black and that they're Hebrew?
Good question.
Brother, they have not. I've asked about 100 of them and not one of them but it said no, they haven't. So that's the first question, because we want to be, for those who be listening to this, be clear on what the political status is.
Remember at all times, one of the things that really got a lot of the secret societies upset and government upset, that really kind of broke the back of this thing, that started this whole cycle in early 1900s, when duly started the Moorish Divine National Movement, and one of the first things he did was start issuing the indigenous people their nationality cards. That began a cycle that they didn't understand at the moment. But what it begins to establish is the true jurisdiction or true sovereign of the land. But if it's not used properly, you can't understand it. Do you understand?
One more thing. This is what I fly with, international. You understand? People, sometimes when I'm on the airports, like for instance, we got a call from brothers from Australia today. I got to respond to that. They're aware. Everybody's been waiting for us, the whole world. The United Nations, the nations of the planet. Anyone who's a scholar knows that the nations of the world have continuously, for the last 20 years, dealt with the nationality issue of these people in North America that keep insisting on calling themselves black. Dealt with in the Universal Declaration of the Rights of a Child. The Universal Human Rights Declaration. And the rights of indigenous people. And the rights of indigenous people, with your right to claim a nationality, as a matter of fact, because without it, all the things that we're seeking, we can't get. Now, whether our people are willing to be themselves or not, I'm not arguing that. But they need to have been made aware of that. And all the churches and civic organizations in North America were instructed to disseminate that information. They did not. And when the Moors are presenting it, they think it's a Moorish thing. The whole world has dealt with this. And you need to know that you've been sold out by your own people. And that's the truth. And if you can go on the website and find it. The world has dealt with your lack of nationality because they know without it you can't go nowhere. And so all we're doing is spinning wheels, frustrating each other, when the deal is we don't know the difference between brands that we've become in love with and true bloodline, pedigree, consanguine issues. And we better deal with it because the world ain't playing with us. And Europe is liquidating right now because we, who are the true heirs of Northwest Africa, which is North America, in this masonry they call the North Gate, is our land. We keep looking at ourselves after the separation of the planet. We need to look at ourselves before the separation of the planet. You're standing on Northwest Africa. That's the great Masonic secret. That's why no European speaks under the pyramid that's on the back of that dollar bill, because it belongs to you. And it seems so hard to wake these people up to their real political form because we're, like he said, we're all bulled up in what our religious beliefs are, which is only mind control.
Let me add on that. The reason why it takes more of that.
When they came from behind the counter and want to take pictures with us? When they was taking our badges, the Asiatic sisters didn't understand because we had a nationality card. They ain't no ID and all that stuff. And so there was a sister, I think, I don't know what nation, she was Philippine or something like that. She saw us and saw the ID. She came from behind wanting to take pictures. The sisters are looking all like crooked because they thinking Christian, Muslim, that religious mentality, which is really not what this is. Do you understand? So then they took us around. We didn't even go through the record. They took us around so that we can go through all the BS. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Mm-hmm. Now, some recognize it, some don't. If you understand.
Today, we are dealing with the science of the Moors. Who are the Moors? This is one of the most difficult of historical questions, and in fact, this is the most neglected chapter in black history.
Muslim. Are you a Muslim, Khalid? Yes, I am. but I'm a Moor.
The problem is we started thinking like the